What's up YouTube, this is Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris, back with a brand new video. Got some new books I wanted to show off, so I'm going to go ahead and get to that. So first and foremost, we have G.I. Joe number 246. This is the IDW G.I. Joe, and this is the story revolving around the new female Snake Eyes. The original Snake Eyes, I guess, was killed off. I don't have those issues, but I want to go back and collect them just to find out what happened. I collect mostly the Marvel G.I. Joe because I'm trying to complete that run. I don't think I'm going to continue on with the IDW just because, it's, I guess, a continuation, but not fully, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but definitely a cool book to pick up. There's a couple of variants that I like that came out, but they're a little expensive for now, so I'll wait on those and pick them up later. Next, we have Punisher, the Platoon issue. So this is a pretty cool book, pretty cool series. It's a Max series, which is kind of rare for
Marvel, meaning that it's a little bit more violent, a little bit more adult than the regular comics are. It's written by Garth Ennis, who did the Welcome Back Frank storyline, and if you read those ones, you know what type of story you're getting into with this. So pretty cool stuff. Kind of a retelling of his origin or reimagining of it. I think for the just for the legacy and the updated Marvel universe. So really well done. I've had some fun reading this so far. Next up, I have Old Man Logan, issue number 31. I really like this cover. This is a good one. Has kind of a almost like a real painting feel to it. So pretty cool stuff there. Old Man Logan is one of the good titles that's coming out of Marvel. And this is a whole new story. It's the Scarlet Samurai Part 1. So, old villain of Wolverine, going back to Wolverine number 2 of the second series, is the second series, meaning the continual series. The first one's the 1 through 4, but Silver Samurai. So kind of a new version of that. So definitely looking forward to seeing that. Next, we have Flash issue number 35. Really cool series. Definitely one of the stronger Rebirth titles. I think that I talk about them all the time. The 3 that I collect all the time that I'm really fond of, I guess the ones that I think are the best, is Flash, Batman, not Detective, but Batman, and then the Green Lantern series. Not Hal Jordan, but just straight up Green Lanterns with Simon Baz and Jesse Cruz. Really cool. But next, we're going to go to an indie book here. We have from Vault, Reactor. Look like a pretty cool book. It has, kind of a futuristic yet medieval feel to it. The Vault puts out some really good stuff. And, the one that I have collected from the get-go has been Heathen. Heathen's kind of on a break, but I know that it's a 12-issue series, so it's up to issue number 5. And I guess they've kind of taken a break on printing it to get some other stuff out. But, I figured I'd give this a shot because it's a little different, and, I figured, why not see what else they have to offer in Vault. Next, continuing on, we have Doomsday Clock. So I got the lenticular, however you say it. So you can see it kind of chill, just switch. See, Marvel's lenticulars don't work so well. This one's good because you can see it, both images. So Marvel should take notes because their lenticulars, while they are really cool cover swipes, and they are really cool thing, they don't work like that because it's cheaper paper stock. So Doomsday Clock is actually pretty good. I was really intrigued by what I read. I love the Watchmen story, so, this is a pretty cool continuation of it. It's going to be a 12-issue series, which is, that's kind of hefty. And the crazy thing about this one is the price tag is $5.99. DC normally stays in the, and that might just be for the lenticular, just because it's, different kind of cover and everything, but, the crazy part with this is $5.99 is kind of expensive. But it's going to be a long story, so we'll be talking about the conclusion of it next year, just to see,
what struck out and everything like that. And it's kind of, I can understand them making it more expensive, as this is going to be what hinges for the DC universe going forward. So, definitely worth reading if you like Watchmen. Really cool story. Next up, we have Thanos number 13. Anyone who knows, I'm a huge Thanos fan. His series has been really, really good. This is a variant. This is one of the ones that people, I guess, that this was like the one out of, I think, like 4 that was supposed to be like the big chase variant. So they had it at my shop. I figured why not, because I liked it a lot, and I picked it up. So next up, we have True Believers here. So this is Phoenix presents Cyclops and Marvel Girl. So they're kind of doing a Phoenix theme where it's just like, I don't know if it's to kind of get people ready for the movie type deal, even though the movie's not coming out right away. But this is X-Men 48, which is a kind of a fun issue. Jean Grey has a modeling career, and she's doing the shoot, and then Scott gets kind of jealous that the producer's kind of like just looking at her and this and that, and then as his jealousy starting to wind up, and he's like, hey, a bunch of the models that work with Jean Grey are like, hey, who's this cute guy, and who's this stud, and da-da-da. And then she gets jealous, so it's kind of a fun teenage story. And then at the end of this, I think, is pretty cool. They have just a kind of a, introduction as to who Marvel Girl, aka Jean Grey, is, and her powers and everything. And she's been powerful for a long time. Like, it's funny when you see how many powers they actually gave her. And I like how they did that back in the day, because basically she narrates the entire thing. She tells you what she can do, and they show you, little panels, and she's talking all this, just about what I can do and this and that. And so, it's always fun to see, like, how old Marvel came to be and how it was and everything like that. So, definitely a cool book to pick up if you can't get X-Men 48. Next, we have the True Believers of, this is X-Men 101. Actually, it's kind of a little bit of 100 and 101 mixed together. So how Jean becomes the Phoenix. Really cool story, because of the fact that, Jean, and I shouldn't say Jean, but the Phoenix movie is going to be out soon. X-Men 101 has been climbing in value for a while. Just, I know for me, it's out of my price range. I can't afford it. So this is cool because I at least can read the story and everything like that. And interesting enough like that, I guess, was it Nightcrawler in this has kind of like a shapeshifter device where he's able to basically turn himself into a human-looking person, and just kind of fool everybody into thinking he's a regular dude. And I'll show it because this is a dollar book, so it's not like it's super sacred or anything like that. But where are we? Let me see. Because Jean comes back, she's in the hospital, and they're right there. All right, so I'll show you guys. So where is he? So right next to my pinky, right there. That's Nightcrawler's human form, but it's like an illusion to everybody. And it's funny because, like, I guess, if you were to, try to figure out what he would look like, he looks a little bit like a long-haired Tony Stark, which is kind of funny to me. But, that initially is who I thought it was until I actually read more into the book. But, so, again, another cool issue to have because, the actual issue that it's based off of is a little pricey right now. But moving on, I got another book, another indie called Giant Killers. This is a pretty cool story. I like this a lot. I read it, and basically it follows this girl who's the chosen one. So here she is right there. She's the chosen one, and then this is her bodyguard, really. And, it tells the story of how she basically gets told that she's the chosen one by this wizard, and, how she goes to kind of find her giant killer, her bodyguard. And, it's funny because, she tells the story initially from the point of view that she's been doing this for a while, and this is what's going on, and what she hopes to achieve from this. And then, then you go into the actual, just the whole story of her origin and everything like that, or at least how she got started on her mission. And she, it follows the hero's journey, really, where she's kind of reluctant, but she's being told, you have to do this. So, pretty cool stuff. And you know, I have to say I'm looking forward to it because from what I read, I like what I saw, and I want to see like where it goes from there. So hopefully it's you know, it stays good and everything like that. Next up, we have Batman White Knight issue number 3. This is the Harley variant. So you have the new Harley, you know, next to the old Harley. You know, I guess this is one that people were looking for. I just ended up seeing it and picked it up. So, like, actually, I walked in my shop and some dude saw it and he goes, yes, yes. And I was like, okay. So I figured by his reaction, I might as well buy this, you know, Harley one just because, you know, who knows if it's going to be something that's pricey and rare and everything like that. Great. You know, might as well pick it up because there's only 2 on the shelf. So, next up, we have one of the titles I was talking about earlier. So this is issue number 36 of Green Lanterns, and this has the new DC Universe logo. So this is how they're going to do that continuity. I'm not quite sure what everything means just yet, but you know, really cool title. I love this book. You know, really awesome series to see how these new Green Lanterns kind of navigate and you know, basically how they fit into the universe and trying to be Green Lanterns. They make mistakes, but they come through it all, and it's pretty cool just to watch these new heroes develop into, you know, hopefully, you know, powerful Lanterns that will join the Justice League and really, you know, be the future of the Lantern Corps. So moving on, we have Batman number 36. You know, really cool cover here. You know, this is the regular cover, so nothing wrong with that. So I have a lot of times where I have trouble choosing between the regular cover and the variants. I flip-flop back and forth a whole bunch of times because I like some. It's just whatever I think is the best looking one at the time. So next up we have issue number 3 of Spirits of Vengeance. This has been a really cool series, and I like this cover a lot. You know, I like that this lady basically, like the cover showing that, you know, they've been defeated and she's just choking out, you know, Ghost Rider, telling them that they're pathetic. That these are the Spirits of Vengeance, pathetic. So really cool series if you're into that, you know, whole like, you know, horror occult type, you know, heroes deal. You know, definitely cool stuff. This actually was one of the biggest titles I was looking for from Legacy, because I was just like, oh, like this is a, you know, cool like team book. You have, you know, Damian and Satana, Hellstorm, along with Blade and Ghost Rider, you know, kind of getting into adventures and stuff like that. So, you know, and they're all really cool characters in their own, but like, as a team, they're really, really cool. I like that. Next, we have Darth Vader issue number 9. Really solid series from Marvel. I think this is the most solid series out of all the Star Wars books. I think that, I mean, there's a lot of ones that really don't, I don't want to say don't hold up, but they're just not, you know, they're not really all that strong because of the fact that they're, you know, they're not all that strong just because they are just, you know, regular old Star Wars series, or they're spin-offs of characters that you really didn't want series from in the first place, like Poe Dameron, Captain Phasma, Mace Windu. And Mace Windu, you'd feel like he should be cool, but his series just doesn't do it, you know. I mean, if you go back to the, you know, first ones, you had Obi-Wan Kenobi, Chewbacca, Han Solo had a book, Lando Calrissian had a book. I mean, it was just like everybody in the Star Wars universe basically at one point or another had a book. But the Vader series, both volumes have been really, really good. So definitely worth picking up for both of those. And that's it. That's been my haul of my new books. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, this has been Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris. And stay tuned for my next video, which is basically like a back issue haul with a couple of mail calls thrown in. So check that out. With that, I'm going to get going, so I want to thank you guys all. I hope everybody has a good week. This has been Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris. I'm out.